Welcome to Treu Real Estate 911. Brian Mudd along with your local real estate pro, Lisa Treu, and you know that our local real estate market has been red hot. But you need to know more than that to make good informed decisions. And that's why Lisa is going to help you with understanding what's really going on in this market. Now, if you're not already at TreuRealEstate911.com, go there. Best local resource you're going to find for real estate. You can search the MLS in real time, especially important as quickly as offers are coming down these days and properties are going under contract. You need to know what's real, what isn't. And at TreuRealEstate911.com, you can do that. You can also reach out to the Treus. Buying, selling, questions, both maybe. 561-972-8326. 561-972-8326. All right, Lisa, help us understand what's happening here. I mean, the market's been hot for a while, but there are some new catalysts that are factoring into what's taking place in real time.
Brian, the market has been hot for a long time, and the story sounds like exactly the same thing. Each week, we have about 600 properties come on the market in Palm Beach County, and anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 properties go under contract in Palm Beach County. It continues week after week after week. And the good news is if you're selling, you like to hear that. If you're buying, it's a huge challenge to figure out how to go ahead and find your home, whether it's a move-up buy or you're coming in from another area or you're buying your first home. The competition is nothing. I don't think I've ever seen it like this, to be honest with you. Even at our other sellers markets, this time is very different for many reasons.
I've heard so many people that are looking for real estate that are concerned. They're concerned because of what they're having to pay in terms of prices, and they're concerned about whether this is sustainable at this point. What's your guidance to buyers in particular that are really nervous about the current market?
Well, Brian, my crystal ball has been dinged a little bit after and because of COVID. However, I feel, number one, when people say, should I buy a home? The answer is, do you want to buy a home? Do you want to upgrade? Do you want to stop being a renter? Do you have a longer-term goal which a dream home would achieve? If the answer is yes, then yes, it makes sense. The one thing I would say is interest rates are still affordable. And yes, we are going to probably be competing in every price range right now. Whether you're in a starter condo or a starter home or you are buying your dream home, there are buyers that are local. There are buyers from the Northeast. And you may say, yeah, Lisa, I know that. But here's what I want you to think about. We have buyers as far as California looking now at Florida. They were all looking out west, Texas. They were looking, in St. George. They loved St. George. But all of a sudden they went, wait, Florida has beaches. They're called the Sunshine State. And their prices actually are lower than St. George or definitely California. And it gets better. Not better if you're buying, but better if you're selling. The international corporate investor, as well as Wall Street themselves, are looking at residential homes to rent and to hold. So they've entered the game. And it just makes it a very challenging market to understand how to get the most equity out of your home, because it's not about selling anymore, Brian. It is about maximizing the opportunity for my clients as sellers and helping the buyers put a strategy together so that they can increase their chances of being able to buy the home that they want.
Lisa, you bring up such a good point about some of the important nuances right now. A lot of real estate agents are going to be able to sell homes right now, but how do you know that you're going to be able to maximize what you're able to get for the home? This is where your expertise comes into play. You were telling me some pretty incredible stories about the amount of money that you were able to get above and beyond even some of these specialists in given communities. Tell us about that.
Yes, we've been tracking because people just always think, your office is in Delray. How can you sell homes in Jupiter? We sell a lot of homes in Jupiter, and we maximize our clients' equity. Anytime I take a listing, we're going to be able to market and attract the right buyers. And then here's the key. The Treus know how to negotiate. We know how to get not just the best price, because that is important, but also terms that other agents don't even think of that my clients love. And so for us, marketing and negotiations are key, and the skill to be able to do that. We've been selling our properties from 101 to 114% of the asking price. And Brian, I'm all about pricing a property right. You know that. But in this market, where it's an appreciating market, we're often stretching that price to a price that I call the sweet spot, and it's getting multiple offers. We're strongly negotiating, and the results show what we've been able to do for our clients.
You start thinking about it. I mean, $1,000. Would you want $1,000 today if you could just have $1,000? Yeah, of course you do, right? Well, you start thinking about the implications. 1% on the average property, you're talking about $4,000. Okay, so now you're talking about maybe in some cases 10, even 20%. And so now we're talking about, well, maybe that's $40,000 plus worth of difference on the average home in this current market, not just getting sold for an asking price. That is obviously huge. So, having the right expertise to maximize and the right marketing maximize the opportunity, so important. And then on the buy side, so you take a look at this dynamic and being competitive without being foolish. But then also, especially for people that are financing, there's no guarantee that a property is going to appraise. How important is it to be able to navigate some of these challenges right now?
Well, it's very important, and having the right agent, the right lender is helpful. You have to have a lender who has a very professional, strong appraisal pool that understands the market. Now, look, none of us control appraisals. We know that, right? However, reputation is often the reason an offer is taken or another one is taken. Who's the reputation? Well, they don't know the buyer, right? The reputation of the agent, the reputation of the lender, and that's why we use the lender we do, and that is why our agents are so highly trained, because we get our deals closed. We know how to overcome the challenges. And let's face it, in this market, we have more challenges than we ever did before because buyers are nervous, sellers are nervous, lenders are very nervous, by the way. And we're having to really work to get those appraisals and to get the properties closed.
All right, so putting all this together is easier said than done. The real work, you've kind of laid this out, but tell us about the Treu Group and how your team comes together to help pull together this expertise and the advantage of that versus perhaps, just a real estate agent that's out there on their own.
There is no way one individual can do all the things we need to do and deal with all the things we need to deal with. I mean, even me, I need a team of people to implement my goals, my dreams, my vision, and my marketing. And it does take a whole team, and not just a team, the best team. I'm really picky about who gets to join us and be a part of our family-owned business. And when somebody joins, I view them as an extension of our family, and they have to be amazing for our clients. End of story. Why is that important? When there's an issue, it gets all of our attention. So many times, maybe I have an issue and I'm trying to figure it out. Somebody else on the team will brainstorm, we'll come up with an amazing solution. That is a unique resource that we have. Beyond the years of experience, Steve has experience in so many things that comes in handy every day, like construction, like repairs. items like that. Obviously, he is analytical and really helps us with those appraisals. And knock on a lot of wood, we've been having great success with our appraisals. You know, the most fun part I get to do every day is to meet my clients or exceed my clients' expectation. And I love it when a seller's been told, you'll never get that price. And I look at it and say, I believe we can. And then we do. And I love that moment because they've been told no, no, no. And yet I had a different perspective because I know how to put the right strategy in place. Buyers need a strategic agent right now, or they will just be frustrated over and over and over.
I've experienced this myself. The Treu Group working as a team, providing incredibly beneficial information and helping navigate challenges. They certainly were able to do it for my family multiple times. And you talk about the dynamics in play. It is it is something that would be overwhelming, I think, for most people. And you talk about a team and having the right team. That's the other dynamic, is your team is not only well-versed and experienced in real estate all throughout the Palm Beaches and South Florida, but you also have been working in this area, building that expertise for so many years, including having gone through the previous housing boom and bust cycle to understand all those different concerns, factors, and how to navigate them based upon what your clients are looking for.
Yes, people think that we only sell in a very small area, and that's simply not true. We know every single neighborhood, almost to the point where we know the streets. And we understand what makes each home and each area special. We have buyers that are looking from Martin County all the way down into Broward to Lighthouse Point and Parkland. We do business in every city in Palm Beach County, and we have the expertise in marketing. We're not just going to throw it in the MLS. Again, if you just want to sell it, you can hire anyone. But if you want to sell it for the most money with the easiest transition, that's when you need to call me. Certainly in real estate, we will fight every day for our clients to achieve their goals.
Well, Lisa, thank you as always for the great information. And if you are wanting to make a real estate decision, cannot emphasize this enough. If you're not already there, go to TreuRealEstate911.com right now, TreuRealEstate911.com, and reach out to the Treus. Just ask your questions. Make sure you have the best possible advice, because little mistakes are always a big deal in real estate, especially in this market. 561-972-8326, 561-972-8326, and we'll see you next time.